Hey there, it's Angela, and you're listening to the 4th episode of our 6-week Power Through series for spring. The encouragement I want to offer you today centers on how to power through with reframing. We've all had moments this school year when making it to summer felt impossible. You might even be feeling that way right now, like your job has just taken everything out of you and you have nothing left to give. Being in that headspace is very normal. And it's fine to allow yourself to feel exhausted and overwhelmed. You don't have to talk yourself out of your feelings or ignore what your body is telling you and just push through no matter what. There's a difference, after all, between pushing through and powering through. Pushing through, at least to me, means doing it regardless of how you feel. Just get it done, no regard to what you want or need. But I see powering through as really tapping into the source of your energy and motivation to see things through with strength. We want to power through, not push through. And the determination to power through comes partially from reminding yourself that the way things are now is temporary. No circumstances stay the same forever. I can guarantee that you will not be dealing with this exact same set of problems in the fall. Your workload will change, your students will change, you will change. Some of it will be for the better, and a few things may change for the worse, but it will be different. You will not feel exactly like this every day for the rest of your teaching career. Recognizing the temporary nature of our problems is a technique that I learned when studying cognitive behavioral therapy. The most influential CBT strategy for me has been learning to recognize my own thought distortions in the way that I think that create problems, and learning how to reevaluate those distortions in light of reality. I've actually written an entire book about this. It's called Awaken, Change Your Mindset to Transform Your Teaching. If you want to do a deeper dive into what I'm about to share, you can check that out. A pessimistic way of looking at the world is seeing your problems as permanent, pervasive, and powerless. That means they will never go away. The problem is the same everywhere, so you can't escape it, and you are powerless to do anything about it. An optimistic viewpoint is that problems are temporary, specific, and changeable. The circumstance will not last forever. It's specific to this particular situation and is not something you have to face everywhere all the time, no matter what. And you have some control over how you respond to the situation in order to make it better. Dr. Martin Seligman's research has shown that we can train ourselves to be optimists. Or if you prefer, you can train yourself to be a realist. A realist sees things as they really are, which means giving an appropriate weight to the good stuff that's happening and not allowing our lizard brains to only focus on potential threats and problems. You don't have to choose a negative framing for your situation. Like, teaching is just completely untenable. It's never going to get better. In fact, it's just going to get worse from here. There's no point in trying to find another teaching position where I can have better working conditions because it's just terrible everywhere. And I probably couldn't find another job anyway. The whole profession is just going to hell in a handbasket and there's nothing I can do about it. While you are entitled to think thoughts like that whenever you wish, I think it's obvious what kind of depressed feelings that choice will create. A realist would examine those thoughts and consider what else might also be true. Is there any way to know for sure that teaching is always going to be too demanding and miserable for me forever? Of course not. Is it absolutely true that there are no schools anywhere that have better working conditions? Nope, that's not true either. Things will never get better? Well, no, we don't know that for sure either. Once we realize that this is a pessimistic viewpoint, that our feeling about the current situation is that it's permanent, pervasive, and we're powerless, that that's not really true, it's just a pessimistic viewpoint, we can then choose a more accurate perspective. Like this one. Teaching is super tough for me right now. Next year, we'll have different challenges, and they could be better or worse. The situation in each school is so unique this year, so I know what I'm going through isn't exactly what everyone else experienced. There are some things that can be done to make things better for teachers and kids because those things are actually happening in tons of classrooms all over the country. I don't have control over as many factors as I'd like, but I do have choice in this area and that area and this other area too. So I can focus my attention on the things that I can do to make the situation more bearable and set myself up to have better choices in the future. So you don't have to worry about how you'll be able to keep all of this up until retirement, or even how you'll keep it up for just a few more weeks. You can handle anything for just today. Focus on what you need to do just for now. And then tomorrow when you wake up, remind yourself, it's not going to be like this forever. Things can change at any time. I can handle the current situation just for today. And repeat that until you've powered through to the finish line. Because while you may not feel like you have the strength to get through all the school days right now, you also don't need the strength for all the school days right now. All you need is strength for today. And if that feels like too much, focus on just the strength for right now. Just this moment. Just this one right here. And then in the next moment, focus on just that. Keep doing that, one moment after the other. Next Wednesday, we'll talk about the healing nature of reflection. But for now, I want you to remember the importance of reframing. That's the fourth element of continuing in a strong and determined way until the end, even when it's difficult. Reframing is key to powering through.